And Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing after an NBA investigation ruled that there was no NBA rules violated. What do you make of that decision now amid the FBI's allegations against him?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As if things hadn't gotten serious enough, now Congress is requesting or basically summoning NBA Commissioner Adam Silver to actually come to Congress and detail the information found by the NBA. So, man, and he was actually questioned about that at a game by a reporter here. I'm going to play a clip and actually what he said, and then a few clips of some of the NBA family and what they're seeing and how they feel about these allegations and its effects on the league. Take a listen here.
And Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing after an NBA investigation ruled that there was no NBA rules violated. What do you make of that decision now amid the FBI's allegations against him?
So what happened was, because bets were placed through legalized legal betting companies, they picked up aberrational behavior around a particular game in March of 23. And so that was brought to our attention by the regulators and the betting companies. We then looked into that situation and were very transparent about it. And while there was that aberrational betting, we frankly couldn't find anything. Terry at the time cooperated. He gave the league office his phone. He sat down for an interview, and we ultimately concluded that there was insufficient evidence despite that aberrational behavior to move forward. We then worked directly with the law enforcement, as they said at the press conference, that the league has been cooperating. And so that was obviously over 2 years ago. So the federal government has subpoena power, can threaten to put people in jail, can do all kinds of things that a league office can't do. So we've been working with them since then. And of course, what they announced yesterday was an indictment. So 2.5 years later, he still hasn't been convicted of anything, in fairness to Terry. Obviously, it doesn't look good, but he's now been put on administrative leave. And so, there's a balance here of protecting people's rights and investigating. And as I said, we've been working with the government, and they have extraordinary powers that a league office doesn't have.
Clearly, the NBA dropped the ball. Now, you can make all the excuses saying they didn't have all the information that the FBI had, but Adam Silver can pick up the phone and call the FBI and say, hey, do y'all really have something? Because they've been, 2 years is a long time to investigate somebody, and he was cleared. So the NBA dropped the ball. Bottom line, yes or no?
Well, Chuck, I'm told the NBA got access to Terry Rozier's phone. He had to forfeit his phone. That's the same thing Malik Beasley, from my understanding, has had to do with the NBA and with federal investigators. So Malik Beasley's player for the Pistons last year. He's a free agent now. He's undergoing an ongoing investigation with both the NBA and the federal systems, and he's had to forfeit his phone. But he was not part of this round of arrests. Terry Rozier also did the same thing. He gave up his phone in 2023. But yeah, the NBA didn't find enough evidence there. But the FBI is under no jurisdiction to have to share their information with the NBA. Clearly, the way this was done by Kash Patel and federal investigators that started in the Eastern District of New York, this was done in a silo. This was done closed mouth between all those sides. And I don't know how much they were able to share or even shared with the NBA.
Now, one thing that at least I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about on ESPN, they're talking about, the mob, the NBA players, the gambling spots, all this. Now, here's the thing. The NBA just has signed a new 11-year media rights deal, worth approximately $76 billion. That's with Disney, which is ABC, ESPN, all those subsidiary, NBC, Universal, and also Amazon Prime Video, right? And that replaced their current partnership with TNT. That's why you see Kenny, Charles, and Shaq now on ESPN. All of that. I don't want to go through all that, but that a $76 billion deal was just signed, and those new contracts just went in effect for the 2025-2026 season, right? The one thing that stands out to me, I don't remember another time where I've seen so much turnover as far as team ownership all at one time. Now they say the FBI has been investigating this for well over 2 years. Well, let's just go back. Since 2023, we've got several NBA teams that have sold. Okay, let's not forget the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, Mark Cuban sold the team to Adelson family and for $3.5 billion. The Charlotte Hornets sold by Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? The Phoenix Suns was sold. The Lakers, Jeannie, but I mean, it's something very interesting. Milwaukee, Portland, they've seen ownership changes. I just don't remember a time whenever ownership changed like so much, so many times. That's like 5, 6, 7 teams who ownership was one thing in 2023, and when they get the biggest deal the league has ever got, they kind of cashed out. You trying to tell me nobody, these owners, they didn't hear things? Billionaires don't hear what's going on at the FBI level, what may be coming down the pike? I'm just saying, it is something to look at. Now, I'm going to play a clip of some of the other people associated with the NBA, like the coaches, the players, and kind of get their sentiment of way things are going. But this does not look good. Take a listen here what they had to say.
I don't think so. It don't affect me. I don't think so. I just come out. I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. You know what I mean? People bet parlays. You know what I mean? Don't bet on me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I don't know how it affects everybody else. I guess that's a personal question.
Incredible individual performances, but obviously yesterday was a pretty big day from an off-the-court perspective. What was your reaction to some of the names that were involved and just some of the accusations that were levied?
I mean, obviously I was really, really surprised when that stuff came out, and certainly respect that everybody's innocent until proven guilty. I think the other part, like Chauncey and I have had a really, really good relationship. He's always been really good to me. I've seen him even before he got into coaching, and obviously respected him as a player and winning an NBA championship and all the things that he's accomplished as a player and the job that he was doing at Portland. I'm just really, really surprised and saddened by all of it. I obviously Coach Pitino, is close with me. I mean, he coached Terry Rozier. I know the way he spoke about Terry Rozier and just the heaviness of the guy. You just get surprised by those things, and I'm sure we don't have all the details. There's probably more to come out, but it's just sad that, they're dealing with that personally as human beings, and the league's dealing with it as well.
Just going back to the shot off-the-court news, what was your kind of reaction? Obviously, there's innocence until guilt, but what was your reaction just even to accusations and the charges?
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see that happening in our league. Obviously, like you said, innocent and proven guilty, so I'm not going to go too much into that. We don't know what's going to happen with the investigation, but I think that in general, gambling is a big problem, not only here but worldwide. But I think now that it's got into sports here, a lot of people are involved in it. A lot of people gamble, and it's unfortunately a lot of people get stuck in it and it's hard to get out. It's available on your phone. All you got to do is download the app, and you can just play. We as players feel it a lot when we step on the court. Nowadays, you hear more often, like before you used to hear like, hey, Vooch, get a win, or hey, do this and that. Now it's like, hey, my parlay is 10 rebounds, I need 10 boards, or hey, my parlay is 15 points, or you come out of timeout, you hear people say that, and a lot of times you turn it's like 14, 15-year-old kids. And honestly, it pisses me off because it's disrespectful to the game. We put so much work in to try to do the right thing, put good product on the court and play the right way and try to win for our team, and people focus on if I'm going to get 10 rebounds or not, or for anybody else. I think it's very unfortunate, but even back home we have big issues with that. There's a lot of areas, a lot of places you can go and gamble on sports. So yeah, it's a big problem for the world. As we know, it's a big addiction for people. So it's something that the NBA is just going to have to look at and try to find a way to fix it as much as possible. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we're dealing with it, but we'll see what comes out of it.
it's a black eye for the NBA. I mean, that's just point blank period. We'll have to wait and see, you know, whenever Adam Silver speaks to Congress, you know, what comes out of that. But let me know what you guys think, man. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna holler at you next time. Peace.